friends. I am so happy you're here today because I will be getting rid of 50 books or over 50 books. Okay, so a lot. These are the books you guys will probably care about that I'm getting rid of. The other 30 or so are books from my bookshelves in our entryway that are like thrifts. It's like a thrift store. It's like a literary thrift store up there. I am trying to get rid of books up there because I'm taking down the books that are on one of the shelves that I use as like display, but those are rare books and I want to keep those still, but I want them on the shelf. Anyways, if you know, for my jack-o'-lantern entryway, let's get right into it because I am melting. So, Plain Bad Heroines. I'm getting rid of this. I read this back in February, I believe, and it was just okay. It's a pretty big book, but I gave it 3 stars. I tend to DNF. I tend to get rid of stuff on haul, like 3-star books. And then the next one is Karen Slaughter's Faithless. I don't know when I'll read this, and also I looked for it like on audio and I couldn't find it, so these will all be audiobooks one day. Same with We Were the Mulvaneys by Joyce Carol Oates. I've actually only read one book by Joyce Carol Oates, and it was Zombie, and that's like her horror book, and I did like it. It was really disturbing, but I do want to read more from her because she's like classic. Sharp Objects by Gillian Flynn. I loved this book. This is my original copy when I read it. I love the show. I freaking love everything about it. When I go to reread it though, I will definitely just listen to the audio. So I won't necessarily need this, but it's so good, and I wish her covers were a little bit more interesting too. Like, that's just me, but I really do love that book. And then None Shall Sleep. This was okay too. This is a YA book. I did enjoy it, but you know, I'm just gonna move on. Some of these might end up on my Pango. I'm not sure. Pango takes time and I'm not that great at it. So I'm not that great at having time recently. So we'll see. I live around a bunch of little free libraries, so I might just drop these in as I walking maybe, or give them to Alex to drop off. But yeah, another thriller, Never Saw Me Coming. It was okay, you know. These I'm on hauling, I'm like, it was just okay, of course. Like, that's why I don't want to keep it. Night Film. I actually DNF'd this pretty recently, and yeah, it's a bigger book too, so I'll just get rid of it. I actually got it from my local bookstore. I wonder if they'll buy it back. And then Truman Capote's In Cold Blood. I did like this book, but again, if I go to reread it, I will listen to the audio. And then a book I feel bad I'd never gotten to is Devil's Knot. I don't think I will read this book because this case is so infuriating. Like, I just see myself like getting mad about it, and plus there's so much more stuff coming out about this case. Like, there's a huge cover-up with this, so I feel like this is outdated because yeah, there's like so much stuff going on. Like, every year there's like more and more stuff coming out, but yeah, infuriating, and even looking at it just kind of makes me mad. Like, just about the case in general. And then Ripe, which I read recently, and I just gave 3 stars. Same with Darling Girls. I was like, you know what? I just read it. It's okay. The Companion by Katie Allender. This is a YA book. I don't have any interest in reading it. I forgot what it's even about, but I've had it for like 5 years. And then a couple of the Mistborn books. You know what? I could not even finish the first one. Why did I think I was going to be able to read like all 4 of them? I don't know. And then Dead Silence by S.A. Barnes. I think I gave this one 4 stars, but yeah, I don't see myself rereading it anytime soon. Mine by Robert R. McCammon. I hated this book so much. I think I gave this book 1 star. I just don't need to have it around anymore, even though I was like, oh, I'll keep it for like my end of the year video, and then I'm like, you know what, I can't even hold on to it that long, no thanks. And then Empire of the Vampire by J. Kristoff. I did really enjoy this one, but it is massive, and you know what, I gotta make room on my shelf. Okay, so those are the books that you probably care about. These are the books that you probably won't care about at all, because it's such a weird mix of classic / literary stuff from when Alex was getting his PhD. So Lanark, I have no idea. This is, I believe, Scottish, like contemporary literature. I don't know. I'm never gonna read it. And then I have some Walden, Henry David Thoreau. What? Little Women. I have numerous Little Women books. Oh, Wuthering Heights. No. I would never read those. I would never physically read those. So The Restaurant at the End of the Universe. This is part of the Galaxy series of this. The Dirk Gently, I believe. And another Douglas Adams, The Long Dark Tea Time of the Soul. This is another installment in that series. And then Karen Slaughter's Kiss Cut, which I believe I did read, and it was just okay. It's like a crime thriller. And then, you know, you gotta have The Swan, but it's not translated. I don't, why do I have this? Like, you know, your Marcel Proust, not translated. Cool. I'm really gonna read that. I'm gonna learn German and read it. Romantic Poets, from Blake to Poe. Actually, this would be fun to whip out during a campfire, I feel like. But am I ever gonna do that? No. So, nope. Sister Carrie by Theodore Dreiser. I don't even know where this is. This is probably 1,000 years old now. It's, ew. It looks really gross. Where'd it come from? I don't know. And then Emma by Jane Austen. This is what Clueless is based off of, so I would just watch Clueless, you know. I don't even know how to pronounce this, but this is a Neil Stephenson book. This is like sci-fi, I believe. A C.S. Lewis book that is not Narnia, The Chronicles of Narnia. Till We Have Faces. Okay. Interesting, not interesting enough. Dreams of Distant Lives by Lee K. Abbott. This one sounds really interesting, but also I will never read it. So, bye. And then these kind of hurt to get rid of because I actually really liked both of these, but I will never read it. And if I do, I'm going to do it audio style. And that's Rules of Attraction by Bret Easton Ellis and The Informers by Bret Easton Ellis. If you don't know, this is the author of American Psycho. And yeah, I did like these, but I will never reread them. I am just all sweat right now. Another Joyce Carol Oates book. You must remember this. You must. Bog Mail. It's so dusty. Oh my gosh. I have no idea what this is. It says a dude as a beer mug, which seems really interesting. Interesting enough. We have so many Dickens books. This is a biography of Dickens. No, I just don't. I don't need it anymore. And then I have Mark Twain collection. I believe this is a collection, yeah, of a bunch of Mark Twain stuff with writings and illustrations. I just don't. We gotta make room for Halloween stuff, okay? We gotta get rid of all this classic stuff, literature stuff, okay? And then a William Gibson book. This is another like sci-fi book, All Tomorrow's Parties, which is definitely a Velvet Underground song, which is kind of cool. Morte Durbin. What is this? I don't know. The Light That Failed by Rudyard Kipling. I don't know. It looked old. It's from 1907. Boring. Safekeeping by Abigail Thomas. This book is just like not in good condition either. I don't even know what it is. And then I know everybody has this book. What color is your parachute? The 2011 edition? Excuse me? No, we're not doing that. Revival by Stephen King. I have the really cool holograph cover edition of this. I'm actually gonna give this to my friend, and yeah, that's probably why I picked it up. It's just to gift it to somebody and be like, you have to read it because I love it. The Girl Who Kicked the Hornet's Nest. I never read The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, so why would I read that? How to Get Happily Published. This is probably from 1907 as well. And then Somerset of Human Bondage. I have this in another edition, like a little bit of a better edition. I actually really like this book. It is very boring and stuff, but I don't know. I read it at that like time in your life when you're trying to figure out who you are. And yeah, I'm like, yeah, I'm not this dude. So that's good. Do not let Alex see that I'm getting rid of this, but I'm getting rid of one of his Warhammer books. I don't even think he's ever even looked at it. So yeah, from 2018, Warhammer. There's a lot that's already happened Warhammer-wise, right? Graham Greene's Complete Short Stories. This book is in horrible condition. There's no back. This was my 14-year-old Katrina getting this because Cellar Door, or there's a story, not Cellar Door. What is it called? I'm not going to be able to figure it out, but it is literally, it's from Donnie Darko. That's why I got it, because I was like, oh, the Donnie Darko story's in there. Okay. And then Walt Whitman, The Complete Poems. I went through this phase when I was 26 where I was like, I'm going to get really into poetry. It didn't happen. It did not happen. So that is the haul. As I said, like maybe 20 books you guys cared about. The bunch is just a bunch of classic literature, contemporary garbage stuff. But let me know what you've unhauled lately, and I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Bye!